everyone, so today just wanted to share the mods, basically a summary of modifications and upgrades I did on my Kyosho HOR, and also what are my recommendations, or what are the highly recommended upgrades if you want to go further, because my current setup right now, this is still pretty close to being stuck, but I'm satisfied how it runs, very happy with it, but there's still a lot of room for improvement, which also I'm gonna share with you guys. So tune in, subscribe, hit the like button. All right, so first off that I wanted to share, now I already shared this on my previous videos, but just wanted to make a summary and some recommendations. First mod I want to share is what I did on this one, on the front forks. As you can see, there are washers, and then I also made my fork longer when I built it, and increasing or making the fork longer actually increases your ground clearance for your maximum lean. And aside from that, you might have noticed already the shape of my cowl. It has been modified. Alright, reason for that again is for clearance, so the tires won't hit the fairings, especially during leans. And that was also in my build video. Okay, front, I'm just using the stock spring. Okay, you can simply replace the spring for a softer one up front if you want to improve its performance, but personally I'm satisfied with these, with the stock spring, so I'm okay with it. Rear though, it is highly advisable, and even I am using an oil filled shocks. I have installed the Tamiya TRF shocks. I'll show you the picture here. Okay, and that is actually highly recommended. You can use other shocks as long as it's around 55 mm in height, okay, and as long as it fits on the shock mount. You might need to modify the holes or the mounts depending on what shocks you're using, but just use a high quality oil filled shock, especially the Tamiya TRF. That one is highly recommended as well. Okay, and then I would say next would be the inserts, front and rear, and the tires. That actually makes a lot of difference. That can make it or break it. So for the front, personally what I did is just a DIY or scratch built tire insert. Weighs around 30 to 40 grams. Okay, but as you can see, it's not as V-shaped as it should be ideally. That's why it's highly recommended that you buy, or you can also build a better one than what I did, but ZH Racing insert is a good example. Here's a photo. ZH Racing front tire and insert, that one is highly recommended as well. It has actually like a V shape, or your tire will be a lot pointier than what I have, so that helps a lot with lean and it leans faster as well. So lighter front wheels means faster turns. But you have to, if you're used to the stock one, the heavy one, heavy flywheel is around 800 or more. If you're used to that, then you might need to adjust. But once you get used to it, it's a lot easier, it's a lot faster, especially the response rate. If you remove the stock flywheel, it's up to you actually. If you're running in tight spaces like me, just outside my house, ideal weight is 50 grams or less, front weight, and then I actually have around 50 grams here at the bottom. As you can see, these are weights here. It's around 50 grams here. It's up to you where to place it, above, below the battery, or at the belly. So that's my weight here. You can make it heavier or lighter in the middle. It's really up to you how you're gonna tune your bike. I guess the best way is to just do a test run and adjust depending on your driving skills, depending on your sensitivity, on how you feel about your bike. I guess it's all subjective, but ideally light front wheel, and then weight at the bottom, at the belly. Okay, and then for the rear, I think highly recommended is the CST tire. Okay, photo here, but you can use any tire that has a very high grip. Okay, personally I'm just using the Kyosho high grip tires, front and rear. But if you want to go further, if you want it to perform better, lean more, even without having these stabilizers, go for the CST tires at the rear. And the insert, it also has like the round insert. There's also a ZH tire plus insert, that's also recommended. That's also a good one. My rear insert is basically a scratch belt again from some kind of rubber. Okay, I think my rear wheel plus tire also weighs around 30-40 grams or even lighter. Alright, but this is a bit softer, as you can see. It ends there though, like it's a bit soft here, and then it ends there, it stops there. My front, it's hard all throughout, like it's filled, so that's how it should be as well. Now if you use CST tire, the CH Racing plus insert, then your bike will perform a lot better than mine. Okay, what else? Oh, it's also highly recommended to use the metal oval washers up here. That's a picture. Personally, I'm just using a DIY stopper here. Right now, if you want to go even further, you can actually go for the brushless system, because personally I'm just using a brushed motor. It's the Kyosho DM20 BB, the BB20, something like that, like the upgraded Kyosho motor, like just a bit faster from the stock one. Yes, that's what I'm using, but you can go for a brushless system. That's what a lot of racers, or basically all of the racers, are already using. It's also highly recommended. Unless you're like me, who's just playing outside my house just for fun, chill, then you can stay with the brushed setup. It's still a lot of fun. But if you want to go faster, then go for brushless system. I don't have a specific recommendation for the brushless system. You can do your own research about that, but as long as it fits, That's good enough. And then of course, if you're gonna be upgrading to a brushless system, it's also highly recommended that you use the metal gears already. You upgrade to metal gears. Personally, I'm just using like the upgraded one. My only metal gear was is the one connected to the chain inside. Then the rest are just plastic. Also using the smallest pinion gear. Of course, if you want to go faster, use the bigger one. Up to you. Again, those things are subjective for me. It's up to you if you want to go faster, if you want to race. If there's an opportunity for you to race, then better that you go faster. One other recommendation is to go for a chassis upgrade. You can choose the V-Moto chassis, because that one you can actually set up your shock to lean a little bit, which means you'll have a longer shock travel. So just search V-Moto chassis for Kyosho HOR. Won't be needing this stabilizer. You can run like those guys in Hong Kong, those racers. They're actually not using any crash bars at all. So that's basically the goal. If you want to go further, if you want to go faster, aside from improving your skills, that's also one goal to have in mind, to be able to run your bike without any crash bars. What else I can recommend? Oh, if you want, you can also make some plastic protections like what I did. And this is just made from a plastic bottle. I heat it up to get the shape, because scratches are inevitable, so it's better to have at least some kind of protection. All right, I guess that's all I can share for today. Let me know if you have any questions or even recommendations or suggestions. Feel free. Again, this is my current setup, and also just share with you the ideal upgrades. Oh, I forgot to mention, here are the recommended servos. This information is posted in this group, RC Motorcycle Vintage Kyosho Venom community. So join the group. Very helpful folks out there. And I'll be sharing this to the group as well for newbies like me, or who are just starting out without any ideas, or maybe is being overwhelmed from what they're seeing. So I'm just showing you this summary or a bit of a breakdown of my current setup and what's the highly recommended setup if you want to go further. All right, just let me know if you have any questions, guys. Thank you. And this was one of my older videos where I actually was just about to install the TRF shocks from Tamiya, and I'm really loving this, and I'm using the 3 holes. All right, thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button.